Japan revealed the new YF-23 fighter jet. Attention, all aviation enthusiasts. Get ready for a jaw-dropping announcement from Japan. The country has just revealed its latest creation, the YF-23 fighter jet, and it's like nothing you've seen before. With its sleek design and cutting-edge technology, this aircraft is a game-changer in the world of military aviation. But what makes the YF-23 so special? What secrets lie within its advanced features? Will this make Japan superior in the jet world? The truth is, well, you need to watch the whole video for that. Let's get started. To assist with the creation of an F-3 air superiority-oriented stealth fighter for its air self-defense force, Japan has been looking for overseas partners to collaborate with. The proposal made by Lockheed Martin to combine the F22 Raptor, which is now the most advanced air combat platform in the world, with the F35 Lightning II, which is a more recent aircraft, is the idea that has garnered the greatest attention from the general public. Many people feel that the Northrop YF-23 Black Widow II would have been able to outperform even the Raptor, while some observers believe that the F-3 program might see a type of resuscitation for the F-22's competitor from the past, the F-22. The Advanced Tactical Fighter, or ATF competition, was initiated by the Pentagon in 1981. The objective of the competition was to find a stealth fighter of the next generation that was not only low observable on radar, but also had the ability to outperform modern Soviet aircraft such as the Su-27 Flanker and the MiG-29 Fulcrum. This was a significant improvement given that the only stealth aircraft that had been produced up to this point, the F-117 Nighthawk, was unable to engage in air-to-air combat or travel at speeds greater than Mach 1. The Air Force also intended the ATF to be capable of supercruise and prolonged supersonic flight without the use of fuel-guzzling afterburners. This was a dilemma, given that the jet engine fan blades frequently show to be a vulnerability when attempting to lower radar cross-section. In 1986, the companies Lockheed Martin and Northrop were selected as the two finalists for the ATF program. Following this decision, the two companies were given the instruction to create prototypes of their respective designs, which they would then use to compete against one another in 1990. Both Lockheed and Northrop had gained some experience in the design of stealth aircraft at that point, with Lockheed having produced the F-117 and Northrop having participated in the subsequent development of the B-2 stealth bomber. In addition, McDonnell Douglas was brought on by Northrop as a subcontractor. Before talking about its appearance, make sure you hit that red button to subscribe to our channel and stay connected with us. Now, coming back to our topic. The YF-23, also known as the Black Widow II, was absolutely otherworldly in appearance. It had diamond-shaped wings to limit radar observability and an extremely thin side profile that was reminiscent of the SR-71 Blackbird spy plane. Lockheed's YF-22 had striking looks, but the YF-23 was truly otherworldly. The aircraft had two enormous rear tail fins that were canted widely outwards at an angle of 50 degrees above the wing. These fins were operated by a fly-by-wire system to produce yaw, roll, and pitch. Two prototypes were constructed by Northrop, the dark gray PAV-1 Spider. Originally, it even sported a Black Widow's distinctive red hourglass on its belly, which made its maiden voyage in June 1990, and the light gray PAV-2 Gray Ghost, which took to the skies in October of that same year. The Vulcan and the Raptor both employed a Pratt & Whitney F119 turbofan, but the Vulcan featured a General Electric YF-120 variable cycle engine that could transition between turbojet and turbofan modes for improved low-speed and high-speed performance, respectively. The engine inlets were outfitted with S-ducts to lower the radar cross-section, and the heat signature was brought down by routing the exhaust via trenches lined with heat-absorbing tiles. Over the course of 65 flight hours, the YF-23 prototypes were put through their paces. Both had receptacles for refueling and flight, as well as a weapon compartment that could hold 4 AIM-120 long-range missiles. Both also had similar specifications. Additionally, the production aircraft would have been equipped with a single 20mm Vulcan cannon and a bay that could hold 2 additional Sidewinder missiles with short range. Both the YF-22 and YF-23 prototypes lacked crucial avionics systems like radars at the time of their construction. Is the YF-23 lacking in something? Before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and stay updated with all related content. However, the YF-23 lacked one essential element that the Raptor possessed, and that was heavier vector thrust engines that could rotate horizontally. These engines helped the Raptor do precise turns while traveling at low speeds. Because of this, many grew to believe that the Raptor was the plane that could perform better in tight spaces. Despite the fact that the YF-23 was capable of obtaining angles of attack 60 or 70 degrees above the vector of a plane, even when it did not have vector thrust propulsion, it appears that only 25-degree maneuvers were conducted in front of Air Force testers. In reality, the YF-23 was not a slouch when it came to maneuverability. In point of fact, it has been stated that the YF-23 scored higher than the Raptor in the majority of categories, exhibiting higher sustained supersonic supercruise capabilities as well as longer range. In addition to this, it had an even lower radar cross-section than before, especially when viewed from the side and the back, which further decreased the range at which it could be detected. The Lockheed Martin team is said to have simply done a better job of displaying the YF-22's agility to an evaluation team that was mostly formed of fighter pilots who were taught in traditional dogfighting, according to several sources that are aware of the competition. Another possibility is that the YF-23 was thought to be riskier and more expensive than the Raptor, which would already prove to be unusually expensive at a cost of between $137 and $150 million per plane. It was also believed that the YF-22 had a higher level of polish, and the Pentagon may have been wary of Northrop's ability as a project manager as a result of the delays and ballooning costs associated with the company's B-2 stealth bomber. Some others even believe that the deal was given to Lockheed in order to save the corporation from going under. Ironically, if the Air Force had to pick between improved maneuverability or extended range and increased stealth, it would almost probably choose the latter option. This is due to the fact that some theories predict that future air conflicts may be conducted mostly outside visual range, which would make detection capability the most crucial feature rather than agility. In addition, the reliance on short-range fighters forces them to conduct their operations from forward bases that are very vulnerable to missile attacks from the enemy. In today's world, the Air Force is forced to consider conducting operations over the vast expanses of the Pacific Ocean. In point of fact, the Penetrating Counter-Air Project, which is the Air Force's 6th-generation stealth fighter project, places a greater emphasis on long range than maneuverability, and the design that Lockheed has suggested seems to have an uncanny resemblance to the YF-23. After Northrop's failure to win the competition, the company's YF-23 technology did not, of course, just evaporate. Over a decade and a half later, Northrop attempted to market a modified version of the YF-23 as a potential medium-range stealth bomber. However, the United States Air Force finally decided to purchase Northrop's long-range B-21 instead in 2016. The PAV-1 can be viewed in its current state at the United States Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio, while the PAV-2 can be seen at the Western Museum of Flight in California. Northrop Grumman reportedly provided an encouraging reaction to inquiries made by Tokyo in 2018 to potential partners in its F-3 stealth aircraft program. Although Northrop could try to bring the YF-23 back to life, it is more probable that the company will offer distinctive features of the aircraft's airframe and engine design. These features could then be combined with new or current Japanese technologies. This is due to the fact that many aspects of Northrop's design from the 1980s would need to be updated, in particular, the antiquated radar-absorbent material coatings, which continue to be extremely pricey on the F-22 in comparison to the modular panels on the more recent F-35, and the avionics, which were never really developed into a mature system. In spite of this, the Japanese Self-Defense Force might find it easier to start with the framework of an airframe that already exists and has been put through its paces, and then build upon and improve upon that foundation. That's all for the video today. We'll be right back soon. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.